Hi friends, it's Rebecca again. We are going to do a Vinyasa flow today, and we're moving on to the sixth chakra, which is your third eye, and it's centered just above your eyebrows. And this is where the seat of your intuition and your inner wisdom is. It's not about book intelligence so much as it is about listening to the answers that you already have within yourself and the knowledge that you intrinsically have. And we know now through scientific research that we hold information from our parents and from their parents in our cells, and so that's part of the wisdom, that's part of the energy that we have intrinsically in us, and we're just starting to talk about it in Time magazine and places like that. But the yogis have known this forever, as well as the Native Americans and other cultures. So we're going to be tapping into that a little bit today. I'm really happy to see you, and let's find our mats. Okay, let's go into a nice seated position. I'm going to pull this out just a little bit. And remember, if your seated position isn't comfortable cross-legged, you can bring your legs out in front, you can straighten them. If you prefer to do half lotus or lotus pose, you can do that as well. So finding those sits bones, moving those glutes out of the way. If you need a little extra energy today, let's bring the palms up. If you're feeling a little stressed, a little frenetic, let's bring the palms down. I could use a little extra energy today. I'm a little tired. So I'm going to bring that energy not only through my breath, but also through the palms of my hands. And we're going to start with our 3-part yoga breath. Deep into our bellies, into our ribs and lungs, into our chests and backs. And as we exhale, we're releasing from our bellies, releasing from our ribs and lungs, releasing from our chests and backs. And as we inhale, let's create space. And as we exhale, let's relieve any stress or static. And in particular, let's create some space in that third eye, that sixth chakra, right above the eyebrows. So if you're a worrier and you scrunch your brow, if you have too many thoughts moving through your mind right now, that's okay. Just imagine your forehead is like a river stone, and just let it become nice and smooth. And if worries or thoughts become present, just let them wash over the forehead like the river washes over that rock. And instead of troubling it, it just makes it nice and smooth and soft. You can bring your eyes open in a nice soft gaze, or you can keep your eyes closed. We're just going to bring the hands down to our sides and inhale, roll the shoulders up, back and down, exhale. Inhaling, exhaling, following your breath. Sliding the shoulder blades down the spine. Good. Let's bring one hand or forearm onto the mat and extend the other arm overhead. Inhaling, exhaling as we transition. Inhaling as we're reaching. Follow your breath. this time, instead of going over the ear, we're going to reach shoulder, elbow, wrist across diagonally from the knee, shoulder, elbow, wrist. Good. Inhaling as you're reaching, exhaling as you're transitioning. Now let's add those two movements together, over the ear, and again on the other side, over the ear, and then over the knee, and over the knee. Inhaling as we're reaching, and always exhaling as we're transitioning. Coming gently back to center. Let's bring those hands on top of our knees. Good, let's round our back, pressing in between shoulder blades, releasing the chin down towards the chest. Inhaling, bringing the heart center forward. And exhaling. Gently coming back up over that tailbone. Beautiful. Okay, we're going to do something with our hands today. We're just going to rotate through those wrists gently, maybe spread the fingers wide. And let's rotate our wrists in the opposite direction. Good, and let's squeeze those fists and release, squeeze and release. Okay, and then let's stretch as long as it feels safe to your wrists. We're going to take one hand and just gently press back, just ever so gently. And then taking it the opposite direction, pressing gently in. If you have carpal tunnel, probably not best to do this particular exercise. Just let it rest. And switching sides. Good, and gently pressing. Beautiful, and then just gently shake it out. Okay, coming onto our hands and knees for our cat-cow. Good, and remember, if you're taking care of your wrists, you can do fists for wrists, or you can come onto your forearms. Make sure that our joints are stacked. Good, let's start with our tailbone. Tilting our tailbone towards the sky, softening the bellies, the hearts, the throats, and softening the foreheads. Good, let's tuck our tailbone, space in between the vertebrae, release the head, neck, and shoulder. Pour out any stress or tension in your head, in your third chakra, out the top of your head like a pitcher of water. Good, let's inhale as the belly softens. Exhale as the back rounds. And gently let's come into a nice neutral spine. Okay, we're going to bring the left knee into the chest as we exhale. Inhale, lifting into our sunbird. Exhaling, inhaling. on the knee, okay? If you need a little padding underneath that knee that's down, go ahead and make that happen by either folding your mat or putting something underneath. Good, and we're gently pushing through the hip flexors forward. All right, let's take the right arm up into a tricep stretch. If that works, stay here. Or you can internally rotate the other shoulder. Bring fingertips together. They don't have to hold. You can hold on to your shirt. Good. Opening up the heart. Softening the mind. Let's gently release that. Press into your front heels. Sit back into your sits bones equally. Extend through your spine. Good. Getting a nice stretch on the hamstrings, lifting up through the heart center forward. Good. Coming back into that lunge and staying here, or if you want a little different sensation, you can reach back, hold on to your foot, gently keep pressing into the hip flexor. Good. Release that. Let's bring that left knee back. Beautiful. All right, let's work on the left knee. Bring that left knee in, inhaling and exhaling. Oh, I'm sorry. Let's do the right side. My bad. Right knee comes in, exhaling and inhaling. The next time the right knee comes in, let's bring it all the way through into our lunge, stretching. Good, you can leave your hands on the ground if you need a little extra support, that's fine. Otherwise, pressing gently through those hip flexors forward. Beautiful. All right, let's take the right arm up, bring it into that tricep stretch, the left, I'm getting mixed up today. The left arm up into that tricep stretch, and you can internally rotate that right arm coming into your cow face arms if that works for you today. Good, let's gently release. Okay, we're gonna sit back into our sits bones, extending through our spines. Good, the heel is coming down. If you can't keep it all the way straight, try not to bend it too terribly much because we're really looking for that stretch on the hamstring. Just do the best you can. Good, when we're ready, we can come into that crescent lunge again with the knee down. If you want to, you can come up and maybe reach back for that foot. Good, leaning a little further in. Otherwise, leave your foot down. Beautiful, let's gently release that foot. All right, let's bring that other foot back. We're gonna make a little space in between our knees. And we're going to come back into the pose of the child. So we've got some room here for our chests. We're going to stack either 2 fists or 1 fist on the floor and rest our forehead, our third chakra, on the fist. As you do that, your forehead's going to release and soften around that fist, kind of like a marshmallow on top of hot chocolate. Good, extending through that spine. And breathe. As we exhale, release the eyes, let them float to the back of the skull. Release the muscles in the forehead. Release the backs of your necks and your shoulders. Noticing that your breath has probably slowed down. Your thoughts have probably slowed down. Just listening to our breath, listening to our intuition. We're going to keep doing that throughout our whole practice, listening to ourselves. We're going to bring those hands back on our mats, bring those knees back in line with the hips. We're going to tuck the toes underneath, and we're going to press back. So we're pressing those heels down towards the mat. So you should be feeling a pretty good stretch on your calf muscles. Okay, and just enjoy that for a moment, or not. If you've been running or something and it's a little tight, it might be talking to you a little bit. Okay, from here, let's bring the heels down, bring the hips up. Good, let's release the back, release the hamstrings again, release the head, neck, and shoulders. Let's shake our heads, yes. And shake our heads, no. Good. Let's trace our fingertips up our shins into our monkey as we extend through our spine. And let's sit into easy chair with our hands on top of our thighs. Good. Let's round all the way through the spine, articulating each vertebra, rolling the shoulders up, back and down. Let's do that a few more times. Inhaling and exhaling. Good. Let's inhale those arms all the way up. Reaching through one hand, placing the other hand on your hip or down your thigh, extending through the side body. Good. Exhaling as you transition, inhaling as you reach. Good. Let's reach those arms all the way up. Interlace those fingers and press the palms up towards the sky. Press your tailbone down towards the floor. Good. Open the heart center up towards the sky. And breathe right into your chests. Good. Let's flip those hands forward, round the shoulders. Good. It's like you're trying to carry something heavy. Good. Bend those knees, tuck those hips underneath. Press in between shoulder blades. Good. Now swim it through. Clasp the hands behind your back or hold on to a beach ball. Open up through the heart center. Lift the hands up as best you can, getting a nice stretch there on the biceps. And we're breathing. Good. Let's bring those knuckles down towards the floor so you're pressing down actively through the knuckles. We're going to bring one ear over towards one shoulder. Feel the stretch in the opposite side of the neck. Good. Coming back to center, other side. And coming back to center, releasing those hands. Let's step nice and wide, a little bit wider than hip width distance apart. All right, we're gonna twist and pick up an ankle and then twist and pick up an ankle. So we're just gonna let those arms go side to side. Good, and coming back to center, we're gonna bring those feet even a little wider, toes out to the sides. We're gonna inhale those arms all the way up. We're gonna exhale, stick the bottom back, fingertips down towards the floor. Inhaling as we're reaching up, exhaling as we come down. Follow your breath. Good. Inhale, arms all the way up. Bring elbows into the rib cage. Good. Bring toes forward. Stick bottoms out. Open up through the heart center. Good. We're in Sun God here. And breathe. Good. Let's extend those legs. Let's come into a lunge on one side. Toes are both facing forward. Good. Feeling the inseam of your leg extending. Good. And come to the other side. We're going to do this again side to side, and we're going to add a twist. So we're going to exhale as we're twisting. Inhale as we're transitioning. Come back to center. Okay, let's step it together, coming into Tadasana, coming to the tops of our mats. Okay, so finding the top of your mat. Let's take some grounding breaths here. Inhaling, feeling the energy from the earth coming up through the soles of the feet into the interior of the body. Then feel that energy trickle down you like a waterfall or a fountain, back down into the earth and then up through the interior. So you just feel that really nice cycle of breath and energy. Good. On our next inhale, let's inhale those arms all the way up. Exhaling into a forward fold. Let's bring our right foot back into crescent lunge. You can bring that knee down again, or you can extend it up. Inhaling. Good. Let's bring prayer hands. Let's bring the thumbs to the third eye and breathe. Good. Let's extend the right arm up. Bring it to the instep of your left foot. We're going to twist and look over the back shoulder. Good. Right here. Now, if you want, you can take that right elbow to the outside of your left thigh. Bring hands to heart center. You can also open those arms out. Whatever feels better to you today. Good. Breathing. All right. Let's release that. Bring our hands to either side of that front foot. Good. Now let's take that left hand to the instep of the left foot. We're going to open up the back foot. We're going to just draw ourselves up into an extended angle. If this is too far down, you can bring your forearm up to your thigh. Use your elbow in either position to gently press that inner thigh away, opening up through the adductors and the groin. You can take those top fingertips, bring them into your hip crease. You can also go into a bound position here, looking over the shoulder. Good. If you're happy, stay here. You can also straighten that front leg and go into bound triangle. There's always some place to go, someplace new. Whew. All right, let's release that. Come back to our lunge, okay? Now let's sit back into our down dog. Good. Pressing down through our heels, reaching forward through the palms of our hands, bringing our heart centers towards our thighs. Hips are lifting, and we're breathing. Good. Let's come into our plank. Very nice. If you want to work your obliques a little bit, you can dip your hips side to side. If this doesn't feel good on your wrist, you can always take it to your forearms. Or you can always bring it right down to the mat and rest here. Good. Let's bring those knees down. Let's bring those bellies down. Bring those hands right at your sides, right at your rib cage. Take your elbows and press them in towards the rib cage. Squeeze your glutes and your legs. Anchor your body. Now, growing up through each vertebra, let's come into our cobra. Inhaling. Let's flow it today. Let's exhale it back down. Inhaling. And exhaling. Find your breath. next time, let's come all the way down. Let's tuck those toes. Let's press back into our down dogs. Good. Extending through the spine, reaching down through those heels. Good. Let's step our feet together and extend the right leg straight up. Good. We're going to bend the right knee and we're going to lift our head looking forward at the tips of our fingers. From here, we're going to look back down at our toes. Step our right foot forward. Good, and find ourselves in our lunge right here. Inhaling, arms all the way up. Bringing hands to prayer, thumbs to third eye. Good. Let's bring that left hand straight up. Bring it at the instep of the right foot, looking over that right shoulder. You can bring your knee down too, that works. Good. If you're happy here, you're gonna stay right here. Otherwise, you can take that left elbow to the outside of your right thigh. You can bring your hands in prayer or extend your hands all the way out, whatever works best for you today. Good. Good. We're gonna gently release that. You're gonna take your right hand and you're gonna bring it to the instep of your right foot now, bringing that back foot out. And we're gonna inhale, opening into our extended angle. Again, if this is too much, you can bring your forearm on top of your thigh or all the way down, whichever. Take your fingertips and possibly bring them into your hip crease. And maybe take your hand and come into a bound half or extended angle. Okay, breathing wherever you are. If you want, you can try extending that front leg into bound triangle. That's good. It's not about what pose you're in. It's just about moving. And again, it's listening to your inner wisdom telling you where to go, where your body should go today. And it isn't supposed to go to the same place every time. Every day is different. Good. All right, let's come back down. Let's bring our hands to either side of our front foot. Let's step it forward into our forward fold. Good. Good. Enjoy your forward fold. Release your back. Let your vertebra just enjoy this break. Let gravity pull your head, neck, and shoulders down. Whew. Let's inhale into our monkeys. Let's exhale into our chairs. Good, let's inhale those arms all the way up. Exhale, coming into either a chest expansion here, or you can take your fists right above your glutes. Squeeze those glutes. Lift up out of your hips, out of your vertebra. Bring your heart towards the sky. Whichever feels better for you today. And wherever we are, inhaling, releasing our arms and coming into Tadasana. Taking a few deep breaths here. Regrounding, refocusing. All right, let's come back to the top of our mat. This time we're going to start with the left leg. We're going to start in warrior one. So we're going to step the left foot back, bring those heels down. So instead of a lunge with the heel up, the heel is down. Good, and I like to start in a position where I'm just going into a calf stretch. Good. Now we're going to inhale those arms up and then sink into the pelvic floor. Make sure that knee does not go beyond the toes. Good, fix your feet so that you have a lot of room. Good, enjoy your warrior one. And now we're going to go into humble warrior.
bringing our heads down, maybe hugging our thigh, maybe bringing our hands to the floor. And humble warrior is because we're showing our back, or the back of our neck. Good, and just release your forehead here. And just relax on top of your thigh. Good, let's bring our hands down. From here, we're gonna pop up into basically a tripod. You can lift that foot or you can leave it down on the floor, whatever works best for you. Good. Extend through your spine, extend to the back of your leg, pressing down through your heel, your big toe and your baby toe mounds. Good, from here, if you wanna try to go into balancing half moon, you sure can. We're gonna bring the right hand in alignment with the right foot. We're gonna stack the shoulders and stack the hips on top of each other, extending that left arm up towards the sky. Good. Balancing on carpet is a lot different than balancing on hardwood. This has been a really good exercise for me. You're probably on lots of different surfaces too. Okay, let's bring our hands down. Good, let's step our feet back. And we're gonna find ourselves back in that warrior one. Beautiful. Whew. All right, let's bring our hands to the ground. Let's step back into our down dog. Good, sometimes when I have a stressful pose, I like to lift my heels up and down really fast to kind of shake it out. Or you can bicycle those heels, or you can keep it static. There's lots of things you can do. Good. Let's come into our plank. And again, if you want to, dip your hips side to side for a little bit of an oblique work. You can do that. Good. Now, let's bring the right knee down. The right hand down. Good. And we're going to extend into a side plank. Beautiful. And we're going to bring it down onto our hip. Okay. We're going to bring the right knee in. Very nice. I'm going to leave that leg out to the side. Good. We're going to take our right hand as though we're going to shake someone's hand, and we're going to wrap it around our leg. If you want to stay right here, great. If you want to put your hand down, great. Or you can take the other hand and bring it behind into a bind and sit up looking at your other foot. Left foot. Good. And let's release that. Let's bring those feet in. Let's hug the shins round the back. And come back up. Coming to the other side. Good. So you're bringing that arm forward, that hand forward like you're going to shake someone. Nope, social distancing. You're going to bring it behind. Maybe bring that fingers tip to the ground. Maybe take the other arm back into a bind. Good, sitting up nice and tall, looking at the opposite foot. Good, gently releasing. Let's bring this knee down, coming into side plank on this side. Good, let's bring it down. And let's pop back up into our down dog. Good, again, if you want to bounce those heels, you can. If you want to bicycle, if you want to stay static, just find your best down dog. Okay, we're going to lift our right leg up towards the sky. We're going to come forward and we're going to find our warrior one. Good. So remember, we're going to come into that calf stretch. Oops. Toes are pointing forward, hips are forward. Inhaling, arms up. Sinking into the perineum, making sure that front knee does not go beyond the toes. Good, let's come into our humble warrior. Good, hands can come down onto the floor if you want for a little extra stability, or you can just hold on. Okay, let's step that back foot forward into our forward fold. Good, extending through the hamstrings, releasing through the crown of the head. Inhaling into our monkey. Exhaling into our chair. Good, inhaling arms all the way up. Exhaling down, chest expansion or back bend, fists above glutes, squeezing glutes, lifting up, out of the hips, out of the vertebra, squeezing shoulder blades together. Good, and gently release. Rolling the shoulders up, back and down. Oh. We have to go back and do balancing half moon. Sorry. Okay. Don't kill me. Okay, we're gonna step the right foot back, coming into our pyramid. Good. Okay, let's come into our tripod with the foot up or down if you want. Good, from here we're gonna we're gonna bring the left hand in front of the left foot. We're gonna stack the shoulders one on top of the other, stack the hips. Good. Woo. There we are. Okay, we're gonna do something fun. We're just gonna lift, come into standing. That's what you do, you have to improvise when you've forgotten a pose. It's really kind of important. Okay, friends, let's reboot, finding those feet. Ooh, grounding as we inhale up through the soles of the feet, feeling that energy coming out the top of the head and down through the sides of the body, back down into the earth. Good, okay, we're gonna finish up with a little bit of balancing, my favorite. I struggle with balancing, especially since I had surgery on my eyes, so I have to do this, and so it's good to see an instructor do stuff that they're struggling with too. So here we go. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna pick one foot to really root down through. So imagine roots growing out the bottom of that foot, and then we're gonna choose a foot that's gonna float up, okay? From here, we're gonna go into a quadricep stretch. If you need a chair or you need to hold on to something, that's okay. We're gonna squeeze our glutes and push our hips forward. So we're gonna get a big stretch here on that quadricep. Good, okay. If you're happy here, I want you to stay here. Otherwise, you're gonna push your foot into the palm of your hand, creating some dynamic tension. And you're gonna bring your chest parallel to the floor in proud dancer. And you're doing great. Keep that knee in alignment with your hip. Don't let it come out like a little chicken wing. Good. And slowly come back. And bring it down. All right, let's stretch our feet. Bring the tops of the foot to our mats. If sometimes when we do a stretch you end up getting a cramp, that might be an indication that you're a little dehydrated, so make sure you're drinking lots of water. And also it could mean that you are a little low on potassium, so a banana, potato, something like that can help with that. Okay, when you're ready, we're gonna root down to the other foot now. And slowly float the other foot up towards the sky. If this is enough, stay here. Good.
If you want, you can go into that quadricep stretch, pressing those hips forward, opening up the quadricep. Good. Now create that dynamic tension. Press your foot into the palm of your hand. Bring your chest parallel to the floor. Good. Keeping your knee in alignment with your hip. And your proud dancer. Nice. And when you're ready, slowly come back. There. And bring it here. Stretching out those feet again when you're ready. Good. This time you can bring the ball of the foot into the mat and press. You get a stretch there on the arch of the foot. Good. And switch sides when you're ready. Nice. Okay. Let's come down onto our mats now. Okay. All right, let's do a seated, what do we want to do? A seated pigeon, that's what I was thinking of. So we're gonna take one ankle on top of the opposite quadricep, it doesn't matter which. You're gonna flex your foot so that you're supporting that ankle. You're gonna press forward using the strength of your arms. Externally rotate that bent knee with the ankle up on top. You should be feeling a good stretch right through here. Good, now go ahead and straighten your leg and bring your foot to the opposite side. Right here, does that make sense? Okay, I'm gonna scooch this way so you can see what I'm doing. Good, I'm gonna take my right hand and I'm gonna reach for that left foot. If I don't get the left foot, that's okay. I can use a strap or I can hold on to my shin. Good. And what we're gonna do is just lift and open, looking at the opposite hand here. Good, sitting up nice and tall, externally rotating. Good, and releasing. And all you're gonna do is go right back into that seated pigeon, yeah? Okay, now switch sides. So you're gonna flex that foot, press forward through the torso, using the strength of the arms, stretching your hip. Good, when you're ready, you're gonna straighten that lower leg, bring that foot to the opposite side of the knee. Good. You're gonna reach forward, holding on to that foot, the outside of that foot, or using a strap, or holding on to your leg. And you're gonna sit up nice and tall. Good, opening through the opposite side, looking at your fingertips. Ooh. Release that. All right, let's bring those knees in towards our chest, holding on to one shin. Let's rock slowly down onto our backs. And let's rock gently side to side across that low back. Good. Let's hold on to the tops of our knees, draw a big circle on the ceiling. And let's draw a circle in the opposite direction. Good. Okay, let's place our feet hip width distance on the floor. All right, getting ready for our flowing bridge. We're gonna peel from the tailbone all the way up, one vertebra at a time, until we're up across our shoulder blades. There should be no pain in the neck here. And then we're gonna exhale one little vertebra at a time back down until we finish with the tailbone. Good, so we're inhaling as we're slowly curling up. Exhaling as we're articulating each vertebra back down onto the mat. Good. Inhaling, lifting.
Exhaling, lowering. If you want, you can add arms to this. Inhaling, bringing those thumbs up overhead to the mat. Exhaling, bringing pinkies down to your sides onto the mat. Good, following your breath. Good, and now let's do one bridge or wheel where we just hold for a minute. So you can come into your bridge. You can also bring your hands underneath you, come into a chest expansion, into this kind of a bridge. Or if you know you can and you want to, you can come into wheel, fingertips towards your shoulders, lifting up through your hips, making sure those knees are in alignment with your hips. Don't let them come out to the side. Good. Breathe, opening and softening the whole front of the body. And if you're up in your wheel, slowly come down. No weight bears on the head or neck whatsoever. We just use that strength in the arms to slowly lower ourselves down. And whatever position you're in, let's bring those knees into the chest. And again, rocking side to side. All right, we're getting ready for our Shavasana. Bringing our feet down onto our mats nice and wide if we're protecting our low backs, letting those knees rest against each other. You can also bring the soles of the feet together, letting those hips externally rotate with the knees wide open. Or you can extend into traditional Shavasana. Whichever position you choose to be in, just make sure there's plenty of space in between your vertebrae and that your shoulder blades are tucked underneath you like bird wings. And just wait until you find a good, comfortable position. And then go ahead and commit to that. And then we're going to go back to our 3-part yoga breath. And I'm going to talk you through a few relaxation techniques that we can use, particularly for our third eye. So when you're ready, you're going to take your thumbs and you're going to place them in between your eyebrows where you feel your eye socket. You're going to draw a circle around your eye socket. Good. You can use your thumbs. Some people like to use their pointer finger knuckle. That works too. The next time both fingers are at the bridge of your nose, go ahead and take that circle in the other direction. Good, and then bring those thumbs in between eyebrows again. From here, you're going to gently press in between those eyebrows, and you're going to push those thumbs towards the hairline on opposite sides. You're going to come back to the center of the forehead, up just about a thumb width up, and you're going to press again, working your way up towards the top of your forehead to your hairline up there. So working your way all the way up, meeting the thumbs in the middle, and gently pressing out. Good. Once you get up towards your hairline, go ahead and pretend like you're shampooing your hair. Get a nice massage on your scalp. Good, and when you're ready, bring those thumbs back to the bridge of your nose. From here, you're going to draw down the sides of your nose underneath your cheekbones, all the way out to your ears. And do that again. So it goes to the bridge of the nose, all the way down the sides, underneath the cheekbones, all the way up and out to the ears. So just follow that cheekbone line. The next time you get to your ears, you're going to pull those ears gently away from your head, working your way down the ear till you get to the earlobes. And then start at the top again, doing that several times. Okay, then find your thumbs right at your jawline where that muscle is, and give a nice circular massage to that jaw muscle on each side. Good. And then just bring your hands down to your sides. Going into your 3-part yoga breath. Deep into your bellies, into your ribs and lungs, into your chests and backs. Releasing from your bellies, releasing from your ribs and lungs and chests and backs. Feeling the space you're creating in your body, especially in your forehead, especially in the third eye, so that it has space to listen to itself, to speak to you. Don't let the monkey mind interrupt the conversation. If that monkey mind bounces in with something else, trying to distract you, just let it pass through your mind like a cloud passes through the sky. And please stay in this Shavasana for as long as you like, keeping that passageway clear in the third eye so that you can continue that conversation or just the listening of the inner wisdom. So stay in this position for as long as you like. Namaste.